Now we're going to be looking at the next conversation, and we're looking at the Public Accounts Committee sitting GACL, that's the Ghana Airports Company Limited, ECG, other state institutions are owing the GRA over 1 billion Ghana cedis in taxes. This is a very interesting one. Let me read the story for you. Okay. So on citynewsroom.com, this story by our colleague Charles Owusukumi. It says here, 10 state institutions, including the Ghana Airports Company Limited, the Electricity Company of Ghana, owe the GRA, the Ghana Revenue Authority, over 1 billion Ghana cedis in taxes. This was revealed during an engagement at the Public Accounts Committee's sitting on Monday, 29th July, by the officials of GRA. Now, although some of the entities are viable and have given an indication of payment, the committee raised concerns over redundant ones like the Tema Oil Refinery. A GRA official indicated, for instance, that Ghana Airports Company Limited and the Graphic Corporation are currently having cash flow challenges. They have indicated to us that we need to give them a moratorium to be able to come back to us. So, for them, they are prepared to pay once their cash flow improves. The Minister of State at the Finance Ministry, Abna Osei-Asare, speaking on companies that are unlikely to pay their taxes, indicated, Mr. Chairman, we have done this before. We brought it to Parliament and we went through a process and some to Parliament for Parliament to write it off. If it becomes necessary, after all avenues to collect these monies have failed, we will go through that process and come to Parliament for permission to do that. All right. Let me start with you on this one. People are owing.
Sure.
If you were owing, you'll be in trouble.
Sure.
But a lot of people seem to be owing, and even though it's gone all the way to Parliament at the Public Accounts Committee, they have ways of resolving this, which is not necessarily like pay all or we shut you down. I don't know how it works, but maybe you can.
It works nicely. Well, when you are a state institution or state agency, so we can come together and judge as to whether you can pay now or there is a deferred payment, or there is even debt forgiveness. So I mean, 3 options are available here.
Yeah.
Oh, they can't pay.
Pay now, pay later, or we forgive
now,
your debt.
Yeah, exactly. Or we forgive your debt. Or we could come, so we will present this list to Parliament, and Parliament will forgive you. Now, this is just a state agency. How about the private sector? That's also in, some of these situations, or even that. Why would you, forgive a state agency and not forgive a private sector person?
No, you forgive a state agency and jail a private person.
Okay. Well, that's another option. Again, I mean, if GRA and
they jail people, they jail people for defaulting.
No, they prosecute people.
They prosecute.
Jailed.
Yeah.
I mean, if you owe GRA taxes, unless what you've done is criminal, but if you default or delay in taxes, they have to penalize you or whatever, or maybe what they do is come and close your company for a while, but jail you because something happened, and then public institutions are forgiving.
They are ready to forgive. They will take the list before Parliament, and then we've done it before.
He said we've done it before, yeah. That we bring the list to you, and then we'll write it off.
Well, maybe it's also subjective. Depends on the circumstance. It depends on the circumstance. It depends. I mean, so far, what baffles me, so far I haven't heard any considerations made for the COVID period. And taxes accrued. I mean, we are still paying taxes that were accrued during the COVID period. Yes. And they keep pushing it forward. So every time you are owing,
Deferred.
So, yes, we are all owing taxes.
Yeah.
Then I should be in jail by now.
We'll come and visit you. but for a revenue, mobilization institution like GRA that constantly tells us that they've exceeded their target, if people are not paying or they are forgiving people, how possible that is, that they are still exceeding their target in the midst of all that? Again, ECG owing GRA. Why won't they do some swapping sort of? How much ECG is supposed to pay GRA? GRA would
offset their costs.
Exactly, through the use of electricity. Okay? That could just be a good avenue to, not to forgive, but you get your money back. So what you are to use to pay for electricity or for power, you keep it, because then ECG is able to do the reconciliation and then everybody goes home dry.
It depends how much ECG is owing taxes, though.
Oh, how? Writing off doesn't mean underwrite the entire thing.
Well, yes,
it's knocking
I know.
off the amount.
Yeah,
so
exactly. And Ghana Airport, I mean,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be doing so well.
That's the one that
they're
catches.
also inside.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
also in
that's
there.
the one
For how
that
many
caught my
years?
eye. It doesn't state the period, but
Well, that's
yeah.
it. We need to. We see,
I'd like to
that
talk to
puts it-
Adum over this.
We need
My
to.
good friend Adum.
We need to. What, he runs Ghana Airport?
Oh, but he's the
the
board
board
chair.
Oh, okay. No, I thought he was running it. You mean he will know the,
Yeah, I'm sure,
situation
yeah,
better? Fair.
Daily Graphic is not in a very good state. We all know that.
Really?
Why are they not a very good
Oh,
state?
Simon, I mean, I know you are well educated on that one. No, Daily
tell
Graphic
us.
is no
That's
longer the
scary.
Daily. Yeah,
Oh, that's scary.
Daily Graphic is no longer the Daily Graphic we used to know.
Oh, but it's looking better now. Even Times is looking better now. So
I think they,
what you say is no longer
based
what.
on what
This
we
for
are
the
seeing,
visuals.
No,
But behind the
that's-
visuals,
no,
there's
but
a
that's-
story.
But that's good.
That's how
Yeah.
you assess them.
If they are
you know.
in a bad situation and they can produce this
Quality.
quality, then
Yeah.
they are doing well.
Well,
Because see, the constraints in industry
yeah,
is widespread.
yeah.
So if within the constraints they are still able to, I mean, I don't remember the last time I looked for Ghanaian Times and it didn't show up.
But,
So somebody must be breaking their backs. You are in the
to
business.
make
you
it
know.
happen.
yeah,
About 70% of their inputs are imported.
yeah,
True?
yeah, true.
Imported.
Yeah,
Wow.
But can they wake up and increase the price?
No,
They can't.
no, they can't.
So if they are going through constraints, we should understand.
I think
That-
most of their machines are even broken
Most-
down.
Yes,
They
most
have to be
everything is imported.
yeah, printing somewhere else. And
Everything is
so on, yeah.
imported. Now, if Graphic
Salary.
and Times, state newspapers are going through this and we don't get it, that 70% of their inputs would depend on foreign exchange.
Yeah.
For which reason we can't push them to sell at 5 cedis every day and expect them to miraculously do better.
yeah.
Then we are doing a great disservice to ourselves.
Yeah.
It's newspaper, of course, and people who read it must pay for it.
Yeah.
Graphic can be better if we can understand the financial model used for newspapers in this day and age.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I'll talk about this. The digital space has to be regulated. If the digital space is regulated in Ghana, as is done in the United Kingdom and other countries,
Yeah.
people will not just go and take graphic stories
And go
and publish
yeah.
verbatim and go scot-free. Do you understand? You have people in the blogging industry, all they do is they wait. When you publish, then they take
go
it
and pick your
and then
story.
they use it.
Yeah.
And then they have all sorts of numbers that you don't have
Yeah.
because you are not in the blogging space.
No.
And they get away with it.
Yeah.
The moment we start minding this space of digital broadcasting,
Yeah.
we will make Graphic and some of these companies more profitable.
Yeah.
But you don't leave it. People, look, at times I feel very sad. They just they take it free. Ditto.
So I've had some of my stories forwarded to me by
From other portals.
Yeah, from other portals.
And you are asking,
And
who wrote the story?
Who wrote the story? And so there are times when I have to prompt the people that this is a story
our story.
that came from the Herald, and they're like,
Yeah.
really?
So I've always maintained that the articles or whatever establishing the media commission has to be reviewed.
Yeah.
It has to be reviewed. The way the media commission is structured now, if we leave it for another 3 to 5 years, we are condemned.
Okay.
We are condemned.
Why?
Any and everybody goes online, publishes anything, and say that I'm a blogger,
Yeah.
and I don't respond or answer to the media commission.
Yeah. Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
In any case, if I respond or answer to the media commission, so what?
Yeah.
What at all can the media commission do,
yeah.
except that they will write a letter stating that they disagree with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
And I always say, reference to the UK. In the UK, if you do it, they will shut you down. They will shut you down, and life will go on. If you are even a panelist,
Yeah.
even a panelist, their version of media commission can take you off.
Oh, I see.
Yes, if you say something that is a threat to national security or attacks the kingdom,
Yes.
they will take you off, and that's it. The company cannot do anything. But here we are sitting here, people are destroying
good
people's
for a
lives.
regulator
They don't have facts. They just throw it anywhere, and so that they will get views, and then nobody. And it is affecting our state newspapers. Somebody must wake up to it.
You know, most of them, both Ghanaian Times and Daily Graphic, the workers, most of their salaries are mostly in arrears.
But
Their salaries are mostly in arrears.
But I don't know this for a fact. But
no, I'm telling
not
you.
surprised.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying
Yeah.
that I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Because where is the money going to come from?
Yeah.
Because the value has been challenged
Yeah.
by the excessive opening up of the space.
space.
You understand? Now, you know, they will talk about, people, journalists, you don't tell the truth.
It's a
you,
lie.
You always, and at times you ask them, which story are you talking about?
Yeah.
They send you the story, and it's on blogging something.
yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
They say, but you are all, you
The
know,
same.
if you wake up and give 600 and something radio licenses,
Yeah.
you think everybody can be professional?
No.
You think everybody can be professional?
You can't even monitor the
The
space
countries that we are emulating from, they don't have 600 radio
No,
licenses.
no, they don't.
No.
They don't.
Nigeria is over 200 million, almost 300 million human beings. They do not have 400 radio stations.
Wow.
We are 30 million. We have over 600 radio stations. And you expect everybody to be professional. Who's going to monitor? Ask the NCA whether they are able to monitor every station.
It can't. It's not possible.
You see, so we create the problem for ourselves, and then when we see the problems that we create, then we pretend that we are surprised. How can you be surprised? If we leave the system the way it is, Daily Graphic, Ghanaian Times, in another 10 years can never make profit.
Yeah.
We are grateful that those managing Ghanaian Times and Daily Graphic today are competent people. That's why they have survived under whatever circumstance. Larry, you are in the business. So you know what it takes to even come out with one. Me and him, we have done newspaper before.
Go and watch
even
the
to
past
come-
episode
to
of
come out.
Upside
To come
Down.
out with one.
Yeah.
Renko.
Renko will sit there at 1 a.m., 2
Why?
a.m. Yes, we are printing newspaper.
Wow.
So I'm just saying that we should be supportive of especially the state newspapers. I'm telling you. As for Ghana Broadcasting, we know that they have every new equipment.
You know, there's a human rights aspect to all this, the right to information. You can't practice proper democracy in the darkness. Transparency.
What do you mean?
No, I mean, transparency requires that whatever is happening, whatever the president is doing, or whatever the government is doing, you should know about it.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the government must also know the difficulties you are also facing.
Of the people. Yeah.
So there's a human right to all this, the journalism that we practice. But very often when politicians talk, they don't talk about all these other aspects. That it is very, it's an essential requirement that newspapers like Daily Graphic, newspapers like, Ghanaian Times, and even the private newspapers will survive. for the benefit of society. Private media, radio, TV, everything. The very moment newspapers go down, okay, we are in. We'll be, I don't want to use a certain word.
Okay, all right, don't use it. Don't use it.